Hello and welcome to Jeopardy, Civic Mirror Edition. I'm your host, Alex Trebek. Today we are welcoming 3 new contestants to the show. Kaylee, Gretchen, and Flavia, the Waste of Space. Unfortunately, due to budget cuts, we have lost the podiums, and the buzzers, and half of my salary. So today we'll just be asking questions. First question. What are you/we/society really like?
I would say that in the Civic Mirror experience, I discovered that I really liked money. Now, I was supposed to be a capitalist, which I pretty much failed at, except for the fact that I didn't pay any of the people that I bought the apartment hex with their share of the money. So, small success. But I discovered that other people liked money too. And that's why we had some crazy prices on just basic goods. And this is a reflection of our society now. People just want more money because money can equal power.
That is one of the worst answers I have ever heard. Anyone else? I think that we are all sort of, willing to seek what we believe in, even if it hurts others in the process. Like, we overlook the cost of our actions, even if, it hurts others in the process, like getting money. And that's part of why there's so much conflict in society, because we all have these conflicting goals. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how Jeopardy is supposed to be played. Might I say, Gretchen, your hair looks fantastic today. Flavia, do you have an answer? I'm afraid that's all the time we have for this question. Moving on. What are your strengths and weaknesses? What could you do to improve society and yourself?
Well, my weaknesses in the game. Well, my weakness, excuse me. I would say was devoting time. I did not devote enough time to Civic Mirror. It just felt like a class, and so I devoted the time that I had in class to Civic Mirror, so Jeopardy really didn't go anywhere. My strength, I would say, was influencing people. Either I influenced people to buy an apartment unit or to vote for me for house, and I didn't even have cookies or anything. But the way that I could improve society would again be devoting more time to society. I could engage in key issues, I could do community service, anything to better society.
Kaylee, you continue to disappoint me. Let's see if Gretchen has any insightful wisdom for us. I would say that my biggest strength is probably manipulating people into cooperating with me, which doesn't always end well for them, but it works. I'd say that my biggest weakness, though, is that I'm not very involved with the issues that I don't find pressing or concerning. So I suppose to improve society and myself, I would just have to get more involved and care more about the things that don't directly affect me. Anything to add, Flavia? And now a word from our sponsor.
Let's see. Friday the 22nd. We have nothing.
You know, Jimmy, folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico sure are happy.
How happy are they, Jimmy?
Happier than an Ivy student without homework.
Huh.
Geico, because we don't want to get sued.
And we're back with our next hard-hitting question. How has this simulation experience changed your attitude and outlook?
I would say the simulation has changed a lot about my attitude and outlook, actually. For one thing, it makes me appreciate our nation.
Gretchen.
You suck. Gretchen? Well, I suppose it's given me more of an understanding attitude towards Congress and how hung up they are on all this bipartisan stuff and how they're not getting anything done. And I guess I understand it a little bit more now that I've experienced myself having to, give up your own hidden agenda goals in order to cooperate with others and how hard and long a process that can be. Brilliant once again! Let's see if Flavia has any words of wisdom for us. Alright, next question. What about the experience surprised you, and what can you learn from it?
The main thing that surprised me in Civic Mirror was Lizzie was a fascist. Like, through her whole campaign and through everything that she brought to Congress in the town hall meetings, she seemed more humanitarian to me than fascist. But I could learn from this experience in that I need to investigate my candidates before I vote for them.
I am not even going to dignify that with a response. And you, Gretchen? I would say that learning everybody's hidden agendas surprised me, just like Kaylee said. And I guess that will help me learn from it because I won't take everything that, people running for Congress say at face value, and I'll have the realization that they probably have ulterior motives. It's just so beautiful! Flavia, do you have anything that you think can possibly top that? And on to the next question. What did you really learn to understand about law, government, and/or society?
What I really learned about government in Civic Mirror was I understand why it takes so long for bills to be passed. As part of House, I realized that everyone has their own hidden agenda, and so everyone will debate depending on what their goal is. And so that's why it takes so long, because some people won't budge on certain topics because it conflicts with their goal, and some people will just sponsor a bill and just say all the pros and don't look at anything negative, and they just pass it on.
Gretchen, what do you have to say for us? I guess I really learned how ambiguous wording of certain laws can really work in parties' advantages, especially the executive branch, because we would implement a law that we thought had no holes in it, and then Lizzie would sort of, actually implement it in Jeopardy, and it would be completely different than what we in the Senate had hoped for. Marvelous! Absolutely marvelous! And you, Flavia? And now a preview from the new movie, Terrier Terror. We'll be back.
Did you see that?
Yes!
What would you do if there was something in your house?
I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
Critics call it the weirdest movie I've seen in a long time.
Are you sure there's nothing we can do?
Positive. There's no escape from the Terrier of Terror. Is it gone?
I don't know. I'll check.
It's not gone! It's not gone! It's not gone! Welcome back to Jeopardy, Civic Mirror Edition. Our next question. How has this simulation prepared you for reality?
This simulation has prepared me for reality in that I will be educated and have at least a little bit experience. I will know more about law, government, and society than a lot of other students that don't get to experience Civic Mirror.
Hopefully this next answer will be a little more intelligent than that last one. Gretchen? Well, I suppose it has taught me that I really should never be trusted with power. Mostly because as soon as you sort of get the taste of that, you know, and like you can manipulate people to do what you want, then it's really, really, really easy to sort of become corrupt and invade other countries like we almost did. You never fail to disappoint, my dear. And you, Flavia? Alright folks, we are down to our final question. Here it is. What about the experience did you find frustrating / depressing / upsetting, and what can you learn from it?
The main thing that I found frustrating in this experience was the website, and how it was not set up to be user-friendly, and it malfunctioned a lot. But I suppose that I could learn how to deal with the difficulties of bureaucracy from this.
That, my dear, was pure idiocy. Wrong yet again. Gretchen? I would say the thing that frustrated me most was trying to pass a law when you had people in your particular house of government who refused to be open-minded about things or cooperate with you. And I guess that probably frustrated the citizens too, because it was so hard for a citizen to get what they wanted without having to reword it and make it all different. And I guess that's helped me understand how even though democracy in our system in America protects us from corruption, it also inhibits innovation and a citizen's voice being heard. Well, it's pretty clear to me who's going to win this thing. Flavia, do you have anything to add? And now, in a surprise twist, we have a daily double question. This could tip the tables, but probably not. I think we all know who's in the lead here. Alright, your question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how attractive do you find your host?
Okay.
Well, that wraps up this episode of Jeopardy, Civic Mirror Edition. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Alex Trebek. In a surprise twist, it would appear that Flavia seems to be waking up.
These questions are so stupid. There's no correct answer. It's just all about how the world spins. And you, Mr. Host Guy, the only reason Gretchen is getting the right answers are because you and Gretchen are the same person. Oh, and by the way, it's Jeopardy, not Jeopardy.